Welcome to my channel Pharmacypedia. In continuation to our tablet series, in this session I am going to start a very interesting topic that is about the tablet coating. Tablet coating, in this part 1 we shall be discussing about the aim objectives of doing the tablet coating, what are the ideal requirements, what are the different types of the coaters which are available, what are the factors and criteria for the selection of different types of the coaters used for the tablet coating. So let us begin. When we think of tablet coating, the basic purpose, the primary reasons for applying the coating to the tablet may vary from person to person. Some people require the coating to improve the stability of the product. If the product is highly unstable and we provide a layer of the coating to the tablet, it may happen that it provides additional protection which may prolong the stability as well as the shelf life of the product. Sometimes we require the coating on the tablets, different types of the coatings, for example sugar coating or film coating we apply it to the tablets so that we can control the release of the actual therapeutic ingredient. We want the release to be prolonged or for the sustained effect. In that case, also different polymers are there which can retard the release of the main active ingredients, thereby enhancing the shelf life, thereby enhancing the release patterns. It also helps to the consumers in improving the patient compliance. So what is compliance? Compliance is the ease and comfort so that the patient continues to take the provided regimen in that way only. That can only be done if the tablet or the product is having the aesthetic appearance and it is having good looking characteristics which may motivate the patient to take the medicaments again and again. So like nowadays there are a lot many advanced techniques which are being available and are able to provide the efficient coating systems. These advanced and sophisticated techniques actually helps in various ways and improves the patient compliance. So we shall be discussing all the different types of the coaters, all the different types of the characteristics desired from each type of the coating system. Now let us first try to understand the different objectives of the tablet coating. We use the tablet coating sometimes to mask the taste. If any drug substance is having bitter taste or bitter odor, or like no, it's not the color is not that much fascinating enough. In that case, we can provide the coat to the tablet so that the taste can be masked, odor can be masked, and even the color can be masked. At the same time, it also provides some sort of the physical and chemical protection for the drug. So we have the drug, if it is more if it is more protected from the chemical and physical parameters, it may help in the prolongation of the shelf life and it also enhance the stability of the product. And we can also improve the and control the release of the drug once we have the coating applied over it. Moreover, if we want to have the enteric coated system developed, we can just provide the coating to the tablet so that the tablet does not disintegrate in the gastric environment and it is being protected over there and reaches to its site of action, that is intestines. Or it can also improve the pharmaceutical elegance by using different special colors and contrasting system which can fascinate not only fascinates the children or geriatric patients but also helps the people to take and encourage them to continue with the medication. So before we begin with the actual understanding of the different sorts of the tablet coater systems available these days, let us try to understand three properties which actually encourages and motivates us to decide the selection of the coaters as well. Before proceeding for the tablet coating process, one must be clear about the tablet properties. In the sense that one must be aware about what are the excipients being used in the formulation of the tablet, what was the process of the formulation of the tablet, whether it was wet granulation process or dry granulation process, or what sort or all the excipients utilized in the formulation of tablets were deliquescent or like hygroscopic in nature, or like tablet is carrying sufficient strength or not to bear the tablet coating process. Second, we must be clear about what are the coating equipments available with us these days so that we can select the desired sort of the equipment based on the tablet criterias and based on the efficiency, based on the performance of the equipment. Then coating composition. What sort of the tablet coating we decide? These days there are different sorts of the coating, like I've discussed sugar coating, film coating, anteric coating. How much sugar coating is one of the good coating, but it adds lots of volume to the tablet. Almost 30% of the weight is being added on the tablet. So like people prefer these days film coating because it is a very thin coating, and moreover it can be applied easily without much sorts of the diffract system being noticed in the sugar coating. So the ideal property requirements for any tablet before coating is that it should be resistant enough to bear the abrasion and the chipping during the coating process. Since in the coating process, what we are actually doing is that we are applying a layer of the coating solution. So now the layer of the coating solution is being applied through the sprays, through the nozzle. So these nozzles sprays out the coating solution which is coated above the tablet, and the tablet is then immediately dried off so that the outer layer dries off easily and you get a layer of the quick finish coating. Second, it also depends on the physical shape of the tablets. One can understand easily that if the tablet is having the sphere shape, it would be very easy to coat the tablet. The reason being that it would be dried uniformly from other sides. In opposite to that case would be the where if you have a flat surface tablet. In that case, it would be difficult to get that sort of the finishing in that tablet. Also, it also depends on the chemical nature of the ingredients used in the tablets. For example, if you're using some deliquescent or hygroscopic material during the formulation of the tablet, it may happen that once you start to apply the coating, it may make the tablet soggy, or like it is difficult to dry off the surface of the tablet. So one must be clear about the properties of the tablet very clearly before going ahead for the tablet coating process. So when we talk about the coating process, the equipments are basically divided into three types. First is the conventional standard coating pan system. Now the standard conventional coating pan system refers to a round metal drum which is rotated and in which tablets are being kept. Then it is further divided into three types. Depending on the type of the attachment it is being carried. For example, the immersion tube system or like Pellegrini systems or like GLAD systems. So again, it is divided into three types. Then second is the perforated coating pan system. As the name suggests, the coating pan here has a large number of the perforations, which actually increases the efficiency of the coating process that we shall be discussing. Then third is the fluidized bed system. So fluidized bed coaters basically works on the principle of the air suspension system. So one can understand that air is coming from the bottom of the equipment and tablets are then suspended in the air. So while they are being suspended in the air, at the same time the coating solution is sprayed on them and the atomization takes place. This helps in the application as well as drying of the coating of the tablet at the same time, and you get the very and the drying process is so fast that you the production efficiency and the performance is very high with the fluidized bed air suspension systems. So let us first begin with the conventional standard coating pan system. As the term indicate, standard coating pan system, you have a coating pan. Now this coating pan is actually the circular metal pan which is actually mounted on a stand, and this pan is actually rotated. So once it is being in the rotation mode, the heat is being supplied through the pan in from the front of the pan, and the coating solution is applied to the tablet either by the ladling or the spraying system. Spraying system is better than the ladling system because with the spray you get the more efficiency. With the less amount of the coating material you can coat more number of the tablets. So the spraying is the best as it reduces the drying time in the sugar coating process and continuous application of the solution in the film coating. So when we talk about the standard coating pen system, again it is divided into three types. First is the immersion tube system. As you can see in the immersion tube system, apart from the when you try to differentiate from the standard coating pen system, it has an additional tube. Now this tube is actually carrying the coating solution, and the air inlet air is coming from the top, and you have the tube whereby the actually the used up air is then leaves out, exhale air is outlet is also there. So you have two tubes, air outlet and outlet layer outlet. So like in the immersion tube, you have an additional immersion tube which is carrying the coating solution. Now this immersion tube is actually dipped at the base of the circular metal. So once it rotates, the liquid coating solution is then applied on the bed of the solution, and it is at the same time you have the inlet air which is helping in the drying of the tablet. So this process goes on. Then the since if the inlet air temperature may actually cause the temperature of the coating tablets may arise. So sometimes it happens that if the temperature exceeds, it may happen that the certain chemicals compositions may be degraded. So like different tablet is comprised of so many chemical constituents, so like it may degrade. So to prevent that, there is another outlet for the exhaled air. So like inlet air, once it dries off, then it moves out of the, so that the temperature of overall temperature of the metal drum is being maintained. Second is the Pellegrini system, or the Pellegrini system. That is the third type. In the Pellegrini system, there are baffles as well as the diffusers. So now what happens with the incorporation of these baffles and the diffuser, it may happen that it helps out in the overall drying process to become more easy. So the like baffled pan and diffuser, so you have two drums basically. One is that having little baffled pan and diffuser. So this diffuser is actually helping the drying of the coated tablets fast, so the efficiency increases. Third is the GLAT immersion sword system. As the name indicates, immersion sword. So there is this immersion sword. You can see at the bottom of the pan there is an immersion sword which is having different holes in it. So it actually allows the passage of the inlet air and the coating solution through it, so that the coating process becomes easy and more fast and more efficient. So you can see that these three equipments, immersion tube system, GLAT immersion sword system, and Pellegrini system, have additional attachments which are helping the coating process to become fast, to coating process to become more efficient. So in immersion tube system, you have the immersion tube. In the GLAT immersion sword system, you have the additional sword placed at the bottom of the pan, and Pellegrini system, you have the baffled pan and the diffuser as an attachments. Next, we move on to the perforated pan system. So like in the initial conventional pan system, there were no holes. So once it was decided to enhance the process efficiency, if the circular pans are being perforated, they have the holes. And they have the mixing blades, then it will actually help and ease the process. Please look into the diagram in detail. You can see that now this perforated pan has been devised in such a way. The whole system is referred to as the Axella Cotta dryer. So in this Axella Cotta dryer, basically what happens is that it is basically different from the conventional standard coating pan system in many ways. First of all, it is having that perforated pan, and it has the mixing blades. So you can see the inlet air coming from one side. You have the spray gun nozzle in the center of the dryer. So what happens is that inlet air and the drying continue, and inlet air and the spraying gun actually sprays out the coating solution on the bed of the tablets. So at the same time, it is drying also, and the coater is actually moving since it is having perforations. So out of these perforations, the exhaust air goes out. So the vast majority of the film coated tablets are actually produced by a process which involves spraying of the coating material onto the bed of the tablets. So Axella Cotta is an excellent example of the equipment used for the film coating. So like this Axella Cotta system, further modifications were also devised, and there are many coater systems based on the Axella Cotta system with little bit modifications. So next we move on to another device known as the high coater system. So it is basically based on the principle of Axella coater system only. Here also you have a tablet bed. Now you have pens with the perforated plates. So again you have the spray systems, you have the exhaust air supplies, you have the inlet air supply. So overall principle, but the designing is little different, that it is moving horizontally. The pan design here is not in the circular form, but it is such a certain hexagonal sort of the design which is actually rotating. And you have the tablet bed. So once this moves on, this hexagonal pan system moves on, tablet bed also keeps on rotating, easing the coating process. So you can understand that high coater system have more efficiency. It has more drying, faster drying rate as compared to the Axella Cotta system. Next, we move on to the GLAD coater system. So in the GLAD coater system, again there are many spray systems. There are many nozzles from where the atomization of your liquid substances which have to be coated on the tablet takes place. Now this atomization process provides a thin coating on the surface of the tablets. So again, Glad Coater is actually an advanced version of the Excella Coater system. Glad Coater system is one of the most advanced sort of the system used for the tablet coating process. You will be amazed to know that it is high performance and a large number of tablets can be coated in a short span of the time. Then Drya coater pan. Now, you can see, there is a little bit modification in the coated pans. Along with the perforations, they have the perforated ribs. The perforated ribs are the characteristic feature of the Drya coater pan. So you have the ribs through which ribs you are supplying the inlet air, and from the spray you are coating the. So since the air is moving below the bed of the tablet, so it is actually hastening the process of the coating. So as the tablets are being sprayed upon with the coating solution, they are being dried from the bottom only, and the exhaust air actually leaves from the top, and the whole drum moves on, and they have a large number of perforations. So again the process becomes very easy and the fast. Now this is the third and the last type of the fluidized bad dryer system. So as it can be suggested from the name, fluidized bad dryer. So what is happening? It is a circular cylinder sort of the coater system whereby the inlet air is allowed from the bottom. So once you allow the inlet air from the bottom, the tablet bed keep on rotating. Since from the inlet air it is getting adequate pressure, the tablet keep on suspending in the air. It is basically based on the air suspension system. So once the airs are being suspended in the air, they are being coated with the coated solution from the nozzle, and there are large number of the nozzles. So tablets are being coated upon, and since inlet air is coming from the bottom, they are dried on very fast. So you get the tablet very efficient coating system, very fast coating system, and it is one of the most advanced equipment used for the tablet coating process. So the characteristic feature of the fluidized bed dryer is that it is based on the principle of the air suspension system. It is highly efficient drying in addition to the coating process. So the disadvantage associated with the fluidized bed air dry system is that the tablet coat that are friable or prone to chipping and edge abrasions are actually difficult to coat even under optimum conditions of the fluidized bed system. So like tablet properties again play a very important role in the coating process, and one must be aware about the tablet coating process. So my dear friends, now you are aware about all the three types of the coating system: standard conventional coating pan system, perforated coating pan system, then perforated coating pan systems are again divided into four types, and fluidized bed dry systems. So if you know the properties of the tablet, you know the added advantages and disadvantages associated with each type of the dry coater system equipments, you can select the right coater system for your tablet. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel Pharmacypedia for getting further updates. In the next subsequent video, I will be discussing about the different types of the coating systems, different types of the material used for the coating process. And please stay tuned. Thank you so much.